NC Central at 1-3, coming off their first win of the season just 2 nights ago. Trying to shock the world and shock Hubert Davis's Tar Heels, who win the opening tip. And here's Kyan Evans. And that's what you talk about with the 2 bigs in a classic Carolina way. One of the new pieces we've talked about, number 44, Luka Bogavac, the junior from Montenegro. And if this were practice yesterday here at the Dean Dome, as Lattimore knocks down his first shot from the floor. Corey Carvey creating space. Sandy lays it in. He's the one true big on this roster for LaVelle Moton. Evans spots up. Here comes Gage Lattimore. Leads the MEAC in scoring at 24 points per game. Wilson with a head of steam right down the lane. He has it blocked. Evans throws it out. And Caleb Wilson throws it down.
There's a viciousness to Caleb Wilson's dunks. He is bringing the hammer.
Johnson, pass. Handling the basketball beautifully and finding Carvey for another layup. And you blink and Carolina's got it in the other basket at the other end. Bogavac makes it 10-7. Maryland Eastern Shore, a MEAC rival of NC Central. Carvey denied, and here come the Tar Heels again with numbers 4 on 2. Non-conference game between regional rivals. North Carolina Central from nearby Durham. Here in Chapel Hill taking on the Tar Heels, and here comes Caleb Wilson. Look out below.
Somebody's got to stop the ball. And that's a heck of a move, but it's
dangerous pass. Dunn gets blocked by Veesaar, his second of the night. Jonathan Powell has also come in, number 11 in white. Wilson off the hesitation. 9 points, make it 10 points. Carvey. First miss from downtown. Wilson attacks the ball. Wide open JP. Jonathan Powell for 3. And you know, when he was a Start Enloe High School in Raleigh, he would come to this building and watch practice because he's cousins with Donald Williams, the former Tar Heels great. And so he'd sit in the stands and watch Dean Smith run practice. One of the players LaVelle Moton had hopes for coming into the year could be maybe their number 3 player and contributor on the offensive end. He gives it back outside. Battles for 3. Well, the last time out in the win over Radford on Tuesday, he only had 13 points and 14 rebounds. Dealt with some foul trouble. Good answer at the other end by Archie. Coppin State transfer who put up some good numbers last year has yet to find his rhythm for Central this year. Kyan Evans, who has been setting everybody else up, has his first 3 points of the night. 10 to shoot. Just over 6 minutes to go in the first half. From the right wing, Battle makes his second triple of the night.
And he's got an edge to him. You know, there's a little bit of an edge that Veesaar has shown in the early part of this year.
And you know, he is somebody, all Big 12 Conference honorable mention for a team that went to the Sweet 16. And don't look now, Hubert Davis is not going to be happy about the 9th turnover committed by Carolina, turned into points at the other end by Archie. Up above the rim again, it's another assist by Evans and gives 2 more points to Wilson. Lattimore blocked. They have done a good job, Carolina has, holding him in check.
And I think Central's done a nice job, Doug, of taking the air out of the basketball.
But Wilson is putting together a performance of note. 17 points, 8 rebounds so far.
It didn't go as a dunk, but he's right there at the rim. But your point about North Carolina got a little...
Well, roster construction, roster retention are such a big thing in college basketball. Now Carolina last February added an alumnus in Jim Tanner, class of 1990, the new executive director and general manager. Just over a minute to go in the half. Evans splits the double team, goes down the lane, and lays it in. A beautiful move for the Colorado State transfer. And found himself as a coveted person in the transfer portal.
I thought during the exhibition, the two exhibitions.
Sloppy pass. Stevenson able to recover. Davis nearly took it away. Good recovery to find Bogavac for three. In the game against Bluefield State, it was the first time this season he has stepped out well beyond the three-point line. And with that, Carolina has, as you said, extended its defense tonight. Nice lefty finish by Corey Carvey.
Really good size and length. Good feel for the game.
6 points, 3 rebounds. He comes in averaging 16 points and 9.5 per game. Blank white.
We're not sharpening that thing up anymore.
I agree with you. And you strike me as the kind of kid growing up on Long Island. Veesaar throws it down. Lattimore pulls the trigger. Over Veesaar for three. He's only going to be here for one season, almost certainly. But would you count against him putting his name up in the rafters with the other guys? Good recovery by Wilson. Nothing but net from the corner for Jonathan Powell, the three-point specialist from Centerville, Ohio. MVP of an NCAA championship team or win an Olympic gold medal. Could he do one of those things?
He could certainly do a couple of those things. Yeah, and he would listen rarely, but
Archie, after having just picked up his fourth foul, knocks down the mid-range.
Who was, in my time, the player who dominated his scouting report more than anybody.
And he is the 8th and most recent Carolina player to have his jersey retired here in this building.
But there are, you know, the versatility, the size, the length, the athleticism.
There's a good look at the freshman guard Derek Dixon's first 3 points. Dixon turned down the contested three, drives and finds the open man on the right wing. Good decision there as Jaron Stevenson sticks it for his first three of the night. Stevenson was just sizing him up. Now he gets it back. End-to-end, a rim run after a block shot.
You know, he and Jonathan Powell have the reputation as shooters. And when you see yourself strictly as a shooter, if it's not going in, you know, the question becomes, how do you impact the game in other ways?
Tell you what, the turnovers so far have cleaned up dramatically after Carolina coughed it up 10 times in the first half. And you know I will jinx them here. None so far in the second half, Chris. Corner three, Dixon. And the follow slam by Veesaar.
From the guard, or they assume a miss and are able to clean it up.
Evans leaves his feet, finds Dixon spotting up in the corner for three. And I'll tell you what, Chris, ACC teams so far this season have a combined record of 50-6 and are beating their opponents by an average of better than 23 points per night. And so the middle of the ACC should be able to support those top teams and make it for a much deeper league than we've seen the last couple of years. Dixon with another three. He's got 9 points off the bench for UNC.
For this league, it starts with winning games, though, in the non-conference. I mean, probably doesn't need to be said, but the fact of the matter is this league has not performed well in the non-conference. I think the SEC ACC challenge.
Zayden High is back out there. We also have Jaden Young, the former Virginia Tech Hokie, out there playing guard. Lattimore for three.
In this era of the portal, the MEAC just gets ransacked.
Well, as Moten told us yesterday, some 40 feet from the basket. Goes by Dixon, loses it, gets it back to Carpenter. 83-48. Most front of mind for him. They had trouble holding onto the basketball in the first half. Tonight have been much better. in the second half. 0 turnovers here in the second half. Zayden High putting up some good numbers here in the second half. He's got 11 points. A JV basketball team for the University of North Carolina. It's been an institution that has meant so many things to Hubert Davis, and before him Roy Williams, before him Dean Smith. Marcus Page, former Tar Heels great, had been the most recent head coach of the JV team. It's an opportunity for people around campus, young men around campus, to play for the Tar Heels. And is serving as the backup to the point guard Deontay Johnson this year. Off the window for 2, Evan Smith, a product of the North Carolina junior varsity program. The fans are shouting for their own personal favorite. Elijah Davis, no. How about that? I don't know if Hubert would say that right now.
No, I'm certain he wouldn't. He's a much classier guy than I am.
97-53.